Louis C.K. admitting to sexual misconduct after at least 5 women came out against the comedian. Companies like HBO, Netflix, FX, and The Orchard all cutting ties with C.K. amid allegations. The comedian releasing a statement shortly after saying in part, quote, "I have been remorseful of my actions and I've tried to learn from them and run from them. Now I'm aware of the extent of the impact of my actions. I learned yesterday the extent to which I left these women who admired me feeling badly about themselves and cautious around other men who would never have put them in that position." Here now to discuss is Harvey Levin, TMZ founder and objectified host on the Fox News channel. So, Harvey, I mean, what really strikes me about this is the speed of these stories. I mean, as a reporter myself, to have it come up and it's just like the axe falls so fast that more people come out, the star admits it's true or whoever, and they're just dropped. And there's a huge economic consequence to this because the studios, it's things that were done, that they'd already spent the money on, that won't be released. There are shows coming up. I mean, it seems like everybody in Hollywood must be quaking in their boots because clearly there are a lot more people that are about to be outed.
Yeah, and you know, and part of this is that there is a fear factor among the studios that they're, you know, some of these things are not being vetted. Decisions are being made just based on the allegations, some of which are untested. I mean, look, clearly a lot of these are true, but that doesn't mean every single one is. And when you look at what happened with Louis C.K., he admitted all of this, and so the consequences are that the movie company that pulls the movie, you know, can say, look, he acknowledged it, so we're going to do what we need to do.
Yeah.
But there have been others, for example, at Westwick, where he hasn't really even spoken yet, other than to say one of them was not true, and yet he's being pulled as well. So there is this kind of frantic reaction to a lot of this stuff, some of which clearly makes sense. I mean, with Harvey Weinstein, when you have so many people, but everybody's kind of reacting to everything right now.
Yeah, and also, I mean, so there were a lot of people who didn't hide their behavior very well, and for years you heard about them, and you know, we would always ask ourselves, why is it that no one ever does a story on this one and that one? And some of the ones that have come out, people knew about, whether it was Harvey Weinstein or you always heard stuff about Kevin Spacey. So I imagine there's a long list of people right now, and I know reporters who are working on stories about stars who we've always heard rumors about, trying to substantiate it. What is Hollywood doing to sort of brace and prepare? If you're a movie company, are you saying to people, which of our stable have you heard stuff about? Who should we be prepared? What do you do about that? I mean, how do you defend yourself if you're a studio or you're an agency or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, look, you're asking all the right questions, and you know, the movie companies, they are look, I mean, look at what, for crying out loud, look what happened with Kevin Spacey, where they not only dropped him from a movie coming out on December 22nd, but they are recasting the role with Christopher Plummer, the J. Paul Getty character, and you know, that is a big role, and I've never heard of anything like that. So a lot of these movie companies now have big movie releases in Thanksgiving and Christmas, and everybody's kind of looking and saying, are we going to have a problem too? Because as you say, so many of these stories are coming up.
Yeah, and I wonder what you do to brace yourself for that. I mean, it's almost like, I bet, is somebody selling insurance around this? I mean, because there are very big names right now that I can think of in my head that we've all heard gossip about who haven't been outed yet, who you have to wonder if the stories are true. They have to be financially trying to hedge on all this going on. It would be an interesting story. Harvey, thank you so much. I know that your show, Objectified, is, of course, a huge hit. It is on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern on the Fox News channel. His guest this week is Arnold Schwarzenegger, because last week it didn't get to play because we had breaking news. And you remember we had that very interesting nugget where he was saying that he was almost not the Terminator because O.J. was the first pick. And they didn't think O.J. looked like a killer. I couldn't wait to watch that show. I was disappointed it wasn't on. I can't wait to watch it this time, right?
And it's funny because, you know, after this whole thing with O.J., look what happened yesterday in Las Vegas. He got kicked out of a hotel for being belligerent and drunk.
Amazing.
So O.J. back in the news.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, thank you so much. We appreciate your time.